How to stop perfectionism from ruining your life. Everything is not perfect. In fact, I kind of like that it's not perfect, but a lot of you use your perfectionism like you think it's going to work. I have a lot to tell you, so get a pen and paper. We're going to get you to break this really bad habit today. So there's three things specifically I'm going to talk about, right? I'm going to talk about just the problem with perfect. I'm going to talk about gifts versus saboteurs and how that can affect you. And then just internal and external forces. So I'm going to give you some skills, some tools that you can immediately start today. So let's start with the problem with perfect. The problem with perfect is that it doesn't exist. In fact, in my book, Yes Energy, I wrote about a whole chapter said, perfection equals poverty. Because here's what happens with perfection is you just keep nitpicking at it. You pick at this, you pick at that, whatever it is. And this is from tradesmen to authors to speakers to cooks to whatever you're doing. Whatever you're generating on your cash machine, as I call it, or your side hustle, you just keep picking at it so then you don't launch. And I see people not launch the most amazing products. And as Les Brown always says, the greatest dreams and the greatest actually products and services die in the graveyard because you didn't get started. So perfectionism is not a thing. You're never going to be perfect. Jim Collins said it great in his book, Good Enough. He actually wrote one of my favorite books, Built to Last, about visionary companies. And then in his book, Good Enough, it's about the 80% rule. Like get it 80% right and launch. And that is actually how I've lived even before I even wrote about this. You just get it and you see if somebody will buy it. If somebody's going to do a pre-order on whatever the thing is you have, I don't care if you have got a pair of glasses, you want to pre-order my book. I mean, for 2 years, people pre-ordered Kyle and my book, Make Your Kids Millionaires. 2 years they pre-ordered the book. So we knew it was going to launch. And we had a lot of issues with that, but it wasn't perfect. The whole launch wasn't perfect. There's nothing that's perfect, so stop it. It is just holding you back from your success, from your monetization. And honestly, it's got to be exhausting. So let's move on to gifts and saboteurs. And what do I really mean by that? I'm actually going to read you a list. So again, if you have a pen and paper, give yourself a little quiz on these external and internal forces, and then we're going to come back and talk about all of them. All right. So in my book, Yes Energy, the gift of learning, a lot of times you become the saboteur of criticism, right? That's an external force. So you're learning, you're doing something, and external forces criticize you, right? There's so many of you that have this initiation in the morning to get up and have a great day, and then you allow an external force of somebody's criticism or judgment to get in your way, which is the next one, the gift of tolerance. So if you have a gift of tolerance, a lot of times if people are judging you, you'll back out. So if you're working on trying to be perfect in all these areas, it's not going to really work out for you. So the gift of fortitude, a lot of times the saboteur is going to be rejection. And a lot of you live your life in this perfectionary model. And when you have criticism, judgment, or any sort of rejection, you back out. And you say, oh, it's just not right. And then you're trying to actually over accommodate for what they're saying, those external forces to you, to make it perfect. When you just know, if you're the expert in what you're good at, you know that you're good and you're out to serve other people. So using and letting external forces, it's always going to cripple you. Bob Proctor used to teach me this technique of, building titanium at walls. And this is when I first started my career because people, they either like you, they don't like you. Now you have this amazing thing called the bathroom wall, called the internet, where people can write anything about you privately, but not come face to face and actually address an issue. So it's just this chicken place that people live. And it's worse. So for a lot of you, you got this perfectionary complex where you don't want to launch. And the other part of it, if you have perfectionary complex, in addition to wanting to get everyone to like you and need you and appreciate you, you got a lot. That combination is deadly for someone to be successful because you're going to use these external forces that are coming at you consistently. I mean, people can say something on TikTok or Instagram or out here on YouTube, and they can make fun of something you said or whatever you did. And what I find with a lot of you, and I'm going to talk to most of you women out there, you back out. So instead of moving forward in success and doing something that could help someone, a product or service, whatever your business is, you back out. And a lot of you aren't even starting because you're living with that dynamic. So a lot of this is sorting this out in your own mind. I do have this amazing book I did with Bob Proctor called Expression of Your Power, where I talk about the Rawls principle. So Rawls means results. If you want a new result, you've got to change your action, you got to change your thinking, and it begins with your language. So in that model, you've got to really realize that your language, right, your thinking, your actions, and your result cannot be contaminated, I'll call it, by other people. And a lot of you allow other people and that saboteurs of external forces to be all over you. And if you have a perfectionary complex and you have that in your DNA, you better just get a hold of me right away. Go to AskLoral.com and like immediately say, I need some help with this perfection problem, because it will stop you dead in your shoes, and a lot of you will never, ever really get successful. So the last external force that I really want to talk about, right, is this gift of faith, right, where you just go into the world. Glenn Morshower says, I know I'm using a lot of people's names. I'm not really name dropping today. They're just all coming to mind. And I've been on a month road trip with my family and just saw Glenn, and he has this thing called paranoia or pronoia. And so a lot of you live in a very paranoid situation. Again, perfected, you're paranoid, like you're living life like life's going to attack you, versus be pronoid, which means I'm going into the world knowing that everything's going to work out for me. But then there's these external saboteurs. Again, the rejection, the criticism, the judgment, all of that's going to come your way. And again, you're going to get paralyzed if you live in perfection. So here's what I want you to do right now. If you're enjoying this, and I'm going to do more yes energy stuff as we head into the next few months. If you're enjoying this and you want more of it, give me some comments, because I need to know what topics you want me to talk about. We talked a lot about credit and finance and other places. Your comments direct these videos and the content back to you. While you're there, I need you to subscribe, click the notification button, and guess what? I'm here 5 days a week. The entire reason for this channel is that for 10, 12, 15 minutes a day, I get the money conversation in you and your family's life. So you and your family listen to it, or you and your team listen to it, and then later throughout the day, lunch, dinner, what are you learning? What are we going to do about it? It starts that conversation that needs to be properly happening in your house. So put some financial literacy, some financial education in your house. For those of you who have kids, this is a great conversation to have, especially if you notice perfectionism tendencies in your kids. This is going to be a big problem. My point in sharing all that is I need you to watch the videos. So just because you subscribe and notify, you actually have to turn it on every morning. So Monday through Friday, we're here helping you learn about money and business. So I have one more topic, the internal forces that I want to talk about. So I've talked about your gifts and saboteurs and your external forces. Let's talk about your internal forces. So internal forces are things that are more confidence, courage, unlimited human potential, right? Your really ability or feeling like you can do anything. And again, that is an internal drive. And a lot of you, where you get limited and your saboteurs come in, is you replace courage or confidence with fear, right? Because you start getting in your head. My ultimate yes energy moments, right? The ultimate yes energy moment, and I'll use the cash flow game and the opportunity to be a distributor as one of my yes moments. I remember Sharon Lecter looking at me saying, do you know how to distribute a game, young lady? And externally, I said, absolutely. Internally, that little clicking doubt, not really fear. I don't really go to fear a lot, but I went to, oh my gosh, like, how do I do this? Like, what do I do? I don't know how to do it. Your own self-judgment comes on, your own doubt comes in, and all of a sudden you start wanting to back out. And a lot of you take a yes moment and you turn it to no within nanoseconds because you listen to that dialogue versus your external, I just say yes. And believe me, I say yes to things I have no freaking idea how to do. And here's the new theme I want you to live with, especially you perfection people. You're going to start saying yes more, and then you're going to say, instead of I need to do it, you're going to say, who's going to be on this team? Like, I'm in the middle of a lot of projects and I don't know how to do every detail of the project. I'm going to lead it. I'm going to be a part of it. I am not going to do it all. And a lot of you, you're doing everything by yourself. Plus you got your problem of perfection and you wonder why you're stuck. I need you to go to AskLoral.com. I've started a fun membership, and we actually have an opportunity where you can text me 24/7. Twice a month we can get on, you can talk to me live, or just ask a free question. Just go to AskLoral.com. That's going to be my new place where I want you to go. And twice a month, let's have a conversation. Every day though, I have a whole team, 5 people in the office that are calling you back and answering those questions for you. So your question will be answered by someone on the team with my content and some interaction from us. So go to AskLoral.com, ask a question, and let's engage. You can't really have a conversation if you don't start with a question. So begin. See you tomorrow.